bombastic, romantic, fantastic lover. Shaggy. Mr. Lover, lover. Now Mr. Lover, lover. Girl. Mr. Lover, lover.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. MG, the BOD, episode 13. How are you doing?
I'm hot, Joe.
Are you? Why?
Hot.
It's tropical.
Mid-July, well, beginning of July,
Right.
mid-summer.
Right.
Last month without football is the only thing that's making me smile because I'm sweating.
Thank God for that.
Thank God for
We're going to be out of our misery into our glory days.
We're going to be out of our misery, but
Right.
the wives and girlfriends are going to be in the misery.
How much do they really matter in the grand scheme of things?
Well,
yeah,
you know,
like partial, give and take relationship, I guess. Let's get into what we're going to be doing today. We're going to go over the NFC East predictions as well as the AFC East predictions. Always, we want to thank coffeetalkradio.com/football and Dynasty Sports Empire. Please go there for all your fantasy needs for the low price of $50. Couple things that we want to get out of the way first. You know, as we become bigger, not just in our weight, but in our public appearance, a lot of these things go to athletes' heads. We actually are going to get to our heads because we want to take you next to our aquatic center.
Oh, we're not doing the show from here?
No, we're going to go to the aquatic center. We're going to show everybody the aquatic center.
The aquatic center that we purchased?
Yeah.
With the proceeds from MG and the BOD.
It's so aquatic, Michael Phelps uses it, okay? So stay tuned. We're going to take you over to the aquatic center now. Welcome back to the MG and the BOD Memorial Aquatic Center. MG, how do you feel to be in the aquatic center today?
I feel like MG and the BOD has taken us to new heights.
Absolutely, as you can see.
This is a state-of-the-art aquatic center.
It took minutes to put this together.
You know what, Joe? I feel free. It's freedom because it's
Right.
4th of July, Independence Weekend. And I have a feeling like back in 1776,
Right.
when Benny Franklin was putting pen to paper, his idea and vision of freedom was two best friends talking football in an aquatic center.
Would you want it any other way, really?
Not really.
And I just love every bit of it.
America.
Thank goodness. Let's get into two questions we have. One we're going to answer now. The other one we're going to answer later. Matt, start us off.
Sure. The first question is from John Meyer. He's a good friend of the show.
Yes.
And it's actually a very good question. It's a tough question. Lamar Miller, hit or miss, is he worth an 8th-round keeper?
Okay. I think that he's not. I think that if you take Lamar Miller, you could certainly take him in the 8th or 9th round. But I think that this year's running backs and skill position corp that came into the draft may be worth a better pick there in the 8th round.
I think it's very borderline 8th round. I don't think you go wrong with him in the 8th round because running back is such a scarce position.
Right.
But I think it's borderline.
Okay.
John, if you're watching, and I hope you are, I would choose another keeper.
I agree with Matt there. The second question is from Andrew Feingold. It comes in at a time where your question is phenomenal, but we're going to answer it throughout our predictions of the NFC East and the AFC East. And the question is, what East team is a potential sleeper? We'll get to that as we go on. Matt, start us off with the NFC East.
I'm going to start you off, and you know what? I'm probably going to answer Andrew Feingold's question right off the bat in the
Fantastic.
NFC East. Because I have the turnaround of all turnarounds.
Go ahead.
For the New York Football Giants.
Wow.
They were 6-10 last year, and I looked over their schedule, Joe. I have them. You're gonna laugh. I have them going 13-3 with a possible 12-4. I just think the offense clicked the way it was supposed to under McAdoo at the end of last year. You know, obviously they struggled mightily in the beginning of the year, but I really believe now again, all these predictions are if everybody's healthy.
Of course.
We can't predict injuries. Probably the only injuries we can predict are DeMarco Murray and
Jeremy Maclin, right.
But that's it. We can't predict injuries. So these are going on the hopes that everybody stays healthy. And if Victor Cruz comes back to health, I think that offense is going to be tough to stop. And I think their defense is going to play up to their potential because last year they really didn't.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. I disagree completely. I have them going 7-9. I don't think this is a very good football team. I think that they will once again break Giants fans' hearts where they will have such a terrible start and just give you a little bit of hope for the upcoming season the following year. Because they will get hot eventually, but it'll be too little too late.
That's a big disparity.
Yeah, that's huge. What is it, 5 games?
That's a 5-6 game disparity.
Yeah, and
I mean, I have them possibly winning 13 games.
yeah, and I don't think they come close to double digits.
Okay.
Nor do they win the East or get into the wild card position.
Well, obviously, with my prediction, I have them taking the NFC East.
They're going to win the NFC East, you're saying?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Now, Dallas, we'll keep going on here. Dallas is going to be, I think it's going to be neck and neck with the Giants and Dallas. I could very easily see Dallas winning the NFC East. They are still a force to be reckoned with. No DeMarco Murray, but I think Joseph Randle is going to step in, and I think fantasy-wise, he'll be a viable maybe RB2. I think.
No doubt.
I think
Flex
cause
play.
they still have the best offensive line in the league.
Hands down.
They still have Tony Romo. Des Bryant's not going to hold out.
No
They're
doubt.
still a very good team. So my prediction is Dallas going 12-4. Again, I could see them and the Giants flip-flopping, but I think the Giants take the NFC East. The Dallas comes in second and gets the wild card.
I think that the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East. Their line is arguably the best in football. I think that it is right now. Romo and Dez are on the same page. Dez arguably the best wide receiver in the league. I really like their schedule. I have them going 12-4. Their losses come back to the Patriots. That's Tom Brady's first game back, I believe. The Seahawks at Lambeau versus the Packers, and at the Bills, because I think they would have already clinched. So you may rest some guys for the second half of the game.
Makes sense.
So I have them going 12-4, really running away with the division.
Yeah, well, I mean, if your Giants prediction comes to fruition, then yes, they will run away with the division. Because I have Philly disappointing all Eagles fans across the world. I think they are expecting a good season. I have them going a mediocre 8-8.
Yeah, right on par. I'm with you on that. 8-8. You can't win games in the NFL consistently, winning games 35-31, 42-38. It won't work out in your favor long term.
And I think those fans are going to be crying for Nick Foles.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Again,
Off to Chip Kelly's head.
I like Sanchez, and I wish him all the best. But I believe Nick Foles fit Chip Kelly's offense very well.
Yeah, you got to hope and pray Sam Bradford stays healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a total coin flip. So we have them both going 8-8 there, and then we move on.
Then we move on.
Oh my God, fans! If you want to pick a team, you don't want to pick this one. The Washington Redskins could be the worst team in football next year.
Very possibly.
They are so bad.
They're so bad.
They have nothing going for them, and it bothers me because I actually like Coach Gruden.
He's gone.
No doubt. He's not on the same page with Griffin. Griffin's not good to begin with. They're going to be in the quarterback market next year at the draft.
It's sad because, like you said, I like Gruden, but this season right here that I have them going is going to cost him his job.
I had them starting off the year 0-6.
Yeah, I could see that. I actually have them stealing a win from Philly just because... Again, we can't predict it. There's always these
upset specials. Upset specials.
You know what? I threw an upset special in there, and even with their upset special, I have them only winning 3 games.
Ditto. That's why we're on the same page always. 3-13.
3-13.
With one of the top 3 picks in next year's draft.
Oh my God, it's awful.
Can't wait for that either.
Absolutely awful.
So there you have it. Maddie has the Giants winning the NFC East. I have the Cowboys. What you get out of that, fans, is maybe you have a wild card team potentially.
I think the Giants are going to surprise you, Joe.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Hey, listen.
I understand why you.
For the sake of some of our friends, I hope that they do, but I think they're going to crash and burn.
All right. Eli Manning.
Contract, yeah, Eli Manning.
Eli Manning is going to be a very, very sneaky fantasy quarterback this year. Last year, he went almost undrafted in some leagues.
He did. And 2 years ago, he was taken early because he almost threw for 5,000 yards.
He's going to put up numbers this year.
Ben McAdoo offense. Many great quarterbacks do, i.e. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm just saying, you got to throw the guy a plug every now and again,
I love
right?
this aquatic center.
It's just phenomenal. All we need is mimosas and masseuses,
Yeah.
and we're set. If you want to come to the MG and the BOD Memorial Aquatic Center, it's $2 to get in. The funds go to charity. Coincidentally enough, the charity is Matt and I. So we're going to need that money soon. Let's move on to the AFC East, Matt's favorite division in football. God, I don't want to do this, but I think with my heart, not my head. Nothing makes me happier than seeing Matt miserable. That's what a good friend does, when you see your friends miserable. However, the Buffalo Bills will win the AFC East.
Wow.
They go 10-6 overall and 4-2 in the division, upsetting the Patriots.
I have them going 10-6, 11-5. You know what? And again, it's hard when I do these predictions because I don't make these predictions as a fan. I really don't. I try to look at the team and who they're playing. I gave them a loss in Week 4 to the Giants, but other than that, I could see them heading into the bye week 7-0 possibly. I mean, they start off with a very tough matchup at Indy, very tough. But again, Buffalo's home. Rex Ryan's debut. I think they catch Andrew Luck off guard.
Okay.
And then they get lucky again with New England in the second week, and most likely without Brady.
All right, I have them going 5-2 into their break, which is very, very respectable. Then they have a bye week and they play division rival, the Dolphins, then the Jets and the Patriots. If they can go 2-3 in that span, you should be on top of the world.
100%.
Because that would be very, very
I haven't seen a playoff
great.
game in 14 years, Joe.
Oh, that's miserable.
It was miserable.
That's miserable. Moving on in the division, let's go to the Patriots.
Can't discount them ever.
It's so bad that they're so good every year, even when they lose everybody.
They're going to lose they lost everybody in the offseason, and they lose their quarterback for 2, 3, 4 games. Who knows? And we still have them. I still have them at 10 wins.
Me too. Me too. 3-3 in the division. That's why I give the division to the Bills. Brady's going to come back, probably light the league on fire.
Most likely. He's going to be pissed off.
Yeah, and you don't want these guys, these great elite talents, to play with a chip on their shoulder. That's when they're at their most dangerous. So I like the Patriots, but I think that Bills' new regime, the upstart offense that they have, minus a quarterback, God willing, E.J. Manuel or Tyrod Taylor comes into their own, I think that they could make a splash.
I think so.
They could make a splash.
I agree with you. I really do. I agree with you, Joe. I have New England at 10-6. I think it's going to be a flip-flop between them and the Bills in the division winner. But again, Rex Ryan, the guy has New England's number. Mm-hmm. When he was head coach of the Jets, not that they always won, but he always played Tom Brady very tough. Mm-hmm. And now he inherits that very, very talented Buffalo defense.
No doubt about
and
it.
He's going to work wonders with it. So.
One of the best defenses in the league, if not the best, arguably. Let's move on to the Dolphins. I want to root for them. I do. I like Joe Philbin. I hate Ndamukong Suh, but you can't take away talent ever. They get Kenny Stills. They have Jarvis Landry. Ryan Tannehill just got a monster contract. They're a good football team.
I agree with you.
With that said, their schedule is not favorable.
It's brutal.
It's so difficult, I think. I have them going 6-10, but those 10 losses, they're going to be marginal losses, which will actually keep Joe Philbin's job intact for the following year, I think.
It will be a very competitive 6-10. I actually have them going 9-7, possibly. 7-9, mm-hmm. Possibly 8-8. But from week 8 through 11, they got New England, Buffalo, Philly, Dallas. I mean, it's a tough run.
Yeah,
That's a tough
for
run
me.
right there. And again, I like them. I think they're a good football team. But I agree with you. Their schedule is not favorable.
From weeks 7 to 13, I have them going 0-7.
Yeah.
I mean, look who they play. Like you mentioned those teams earlier, and they actually have to have home games versus the Ravens, the Cowboys, and the Texans. Yeah. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
It's a tough schedule.
What are you supposed to do?
But they are in the right trending up direction.
No doubt.
I also think the AFC East is probably the most competitive. The most competitive division.
They're certainly up there.
Because that brings us to the New York Football Jets, who were 4-12 last year.
Yes.
But again, turned it around overnight. Their defense turned around overnight. They got the best cornerback in the league. They reunited Cromartie with him, and I have them going 7-9, which a lot of Jet fans might not love. But listen, you were 4-12 last year. 7-9 is an improvement. You might possibly go 8-8. Mm-hmm. Again, like you said with the Dolphins, their losses I think are going to come very marginally. Mm-hmm. Meaning, like, they're not going to get blown out.
Overtime losses, 3-point losses last second.
I don't think they're going to get blown out. I think they're going to have heartbreaking losses, which leaves them in the bottom, in my opinion, in the bottom of the AFC East.
Okay, I had them going 9-7, obviously much better than the 4-12 last year. I do believe in Geno Smith with a good group of skill position players around him. I am a huge fan of Todd Bowles, an already good defense with a great defensive coordinator, now a head coach. The Jets are trending up. It just stinks because they're in that division. It's too hard of a division.
Tough division.
I said before, maybe E.J. Manuel or Tyrod Taylor do great. I like the Bills' schedule. I think Geno Smith's a better quarterback, but this Jets' schedule is tough,
man. The Bills' schedule is favorable towards them. They again, New England without Brady possibly. Yeah. Indy, you get them out of the way nice and early. Luck doesn't get on a roll. Mm-hmm. It just, I agree with you. Miami's schedule is brutal.
9-7. So to answer Andrew's original question,
yes.
You want to answer that? Sleepers, who do you got?
I mean, I think we answered it during the course of the show. Buffalo out of the AFC East would be our sleeper,
and the Giants.
And the Giants would be my sleeper out of the AFC East.
They would definitely be a sleeper in my book if I had them doing better. So I'll say the Giants and the Bills. Those would be mine.
New York and a New Jersey football team.
Right. Yes. Geographically, it's all screwed up. Any closing thoughts you have?
I just really don't want to get out of the aquatic center.
I know. We want to invite people to the aquatic center.
We could fit another 2 people in here.
They should email us. What's the email?
mgandthebod@yahoo.com.
If you want to come to the aquatic center, just ask. It's open year-round, really.
But bring $2.
That's right, because seriously, we need that.
No, seriously.
Next show, July 20th. We look forward to seeing you again.
We're breaking down the AFC and the NFC West.
Yes, that's what we'll do next time for your viewing pleasure. And as always, we definitely don't know everything.
However,
We definitely know more than you.
see you next time, folks.
Splashy splash.